I, a 28-year-old female, am considering divorcing my 30-year-old husband after he cheated with my best friend, who is also 28 years old and female, while my dad was in the ICU. About a week and a half ago, I found out that my husband cheated with my best friend of 15 years while I was in the ICU caring for my dad as he fought for his life. At my request, my friend came to stay the night at my home to help my husband care for my special needs brother. Instead, they got drunk, had sexually explicit conversations, and ended up cuddling in bed together. They insist they did not have sex or even kiss, but they also hid it from me for almost 2 months until my friend finally came clean after my dad was out of the woods. What hurts almost as much as the betrayal is the context and timing. The day my friend called me to tell me I had just left my OB/GYN because I was preparing to start a family with my husband. As for the incident, my husband knew my dad was on a ventilator and that one of them might need to drive my brother to the hospital if something happened. Instead, they got drunk and betrayed both of their spouses. My friend is also married, by the way. Not to mention, my husband was so hungover the next day that I do not know how he could have properly cared for my brother. My husband and I have been together for 10 years and have never dealt with infidelity before. I truly do not think he is a bad person, but he has a history of making terrible decisions involving alcohol. Not cheating, just bad choices in general. Looking back, I realize I have not been fully happy for a while. I have always worried about our future, especially because my brother with autism will eventually live with me. My husband has been pushing for kids, but I have not felt supported enough to take on that future with him. In 10 years together, this was the first time he had ever been solely responsible for my brother, and he neglected that responsibility. I immediately cut off my friend. She is a licensed therapist, and I honestly believe she manipulated the situation. She even told my husband that anything he said was confidential because of client confidentiality, which feels incredibly inappropriate and unethical. Now for my mistake. 4 days after finding out, I went to a work training. I thought I was handling everything relatively well, but I got drunk and kissed a man I had just met. Nothing else happened. I immediately told him I was hurting and made a mistake, and we have had no contact since. I feel like a hypocrite. I had just told my husband that he was weak, and then I made a bad decision too. If we reconcile, I know I will have to tell him in counseling. We are currently separated, and he is giving me space. I feel completely shattered. My husband works at my family business with me. I have no single friends where I live, and my entire life is tied to this small Midwest town. I guess my questions are, is this marriage salvageable? Has anyone left a long-term relationship at my age and actually been okay? I am terrified that if I leave, I will end up alone forever. Ask questions. Give advice. I need help. A lot. I am in therapy, and my husband is willing to go to couples therapy but is not a fan of talking about his feelings.